Hello everyone, this is the Nameless one. Today we are going to go over the Episode 8 highlights for Peacemakers of Equestria. Before we do though, I would like to say that if you enjoy what we are doing and would like to support the channel, then check out my reward tiers at patreon.com/thenamelessone. Link in the description. And thank you to those that already have. Without further ado, let's begin. In the first clip, the party wakes up to the murder of one of their companions. Roll clip. As you guys are awakening, first thing you notice is a very familiar and stomach-churning scent fill the air. A very coppery scent. Naturally, all of you, having smelled blood way too much in the past few weeks than you had ever in your life, decide to go downstairs and investigate. And at the bottom of the stairs, near the front door, you see Archon, dead, in a pool of his own blood. It is growing black from how long it has been there, and a black dagger hilt is sticking out of his chest. It has been rammed all the way up to the hilt.
Oh my gosh.
As you guys approach, a gemstone, he's currently not wearing any armor or anything like that, but he is wearing a gemstone necklace that you guys had never been noticing beforehand that he had, and it gives a funny popping sound, and basically a small hologram of him shows up and begins to speak.
Archon of Griffinstone, resident of Canchalot in the country of Equestria, and First Lieutenant of the Canchalot Royal Guard, being of sound mind, not acting under duress or undue influence, and fully understanding the nature and extent of all my property, and of this disposition thereof, do hereby make, publish, and declare this document to be my last will and testament, and hereby revoke any and all other wills and codicils heretofore made by me. I hereby direct that Earthbreaker be returned to the Griffins to be held in safekeeping. As an artifact of my people, I think it only fit that they take care of it. I hereby direct that all other pieces of my property, including money, possessions, and land, be given over to my friends and companions, the Peacemakers of Equestria. To my brothers in the Guard, I say to continue the fight. We are stronger when we come together, so do not let anyone drive you apart under any circumstances. Equestria needs you. Do not fail like I did. To my princesses, I apologize. I wasn't strong enough to defend what I loved the most. My people, my country, my princesses, and my friends. I beg your forgiveness, and pray that you remain safe. I shudder to think what would happen if you were taken from us as well. And finally, to my comrades, Sawtooth, Holdmeyer, Volfire, Durak, Alafius, and Quillian. When we first came together, I didn't know who to trust. Indeed, I didn't trust any of you when we first met. But you all taught me what it was to trust wholeheartedly in someone. I can say now, with confidence, that you were not just my allies. You were my friends. Every one of you. I'll miss you. My final desires are as follows. Firstly, I request for my friend Grover to be posthumously recruited into the Royal Guard. It was his only desire in life and in death. He died a noble death on my behalf, and this is the least I can do to honor his memory. Secondly, I request to be buried in Griffinstone, beside my friend Grover, in my armor and with my shield. He is buried beside the last living willow tree in the wastes outside of Griffinstone, and I would like to be buried beside him. I would like very much to tell him that I lived his dream for both of us, even if I am too late to tell him in life. And finally, I request for this to be read aloud for all the parties mentioned in this will. The statements I've made should be reason enough to gather them anyway. And for Celestia's sake, tell Quillian to keep it down when you do. He can be very excitable. This is my last will and testament, to be carried out by Writ, the chief lawyer of the Royal Guard, written in accordance with equestrian law, which states that all members of the military have a last will and testament. Let it be known that I, Archon of Griffinstone, have done my duty to the best of my ability. Arbitrium inflexibili. Archon.
The final clip is of our intrepid adventurers' first encounter with the deal maker Sergus, and the deal that they struck with him. Roll clip. And he takes a bow and says, "My name is Sergus," and says, "I'm a dealer of secrets and deals. I've been traveling quite a few places. Although the sun changing color was a bit of a hassle, it's kind of put a damper on business. And I couldn't help but notice that you seemed to be in a bit of a pickle here. So,
Oh, yeah.
with business being as thin as it is, I figured I'd come and see if I could offer a deal. So,
I really would like to know what he looks like, or at least a base of what he looks like.
he is actually a humanoid. He's got human-like features.
So, Mr. Sergus, what's your proposal for us?
Well, it looks like you need into here, and I am looking for, shall we say, a favor.
Alright, we're
Refuse to
listening.
make any deal before we know the favor.
Well, we're listening.
He nods and says, "At the moment, I do not have a particular thing, as I am attempting to avoid certain individuals who do not like my meddling, shall we say."
Presume you mean the great Dark Lord that who lords over all of this chaos that's happening about now?
Yes, that one.
Oh, yeah, we're against him too. We're trying to take him down. It's a whole thing.
Presume
Yes.
you're talking about him?
He was quite perturbed when I refused to give him what he wanted.
Well, I mean, you seem to be a pretty powerful individual, and we both hate this guy's guts, this Tenebrous guy. So maybe we could team up and help each other take him down.
A bargain, so to speak.
He says, "I will ever so often pop in to help you out with certain things of my
Well,
own."
so far that's more reliable than other people we've faced.
We will be willing to offer you our help, the equivalent help of you moving the rock forms.
He grins wider and says, "Then we'll seal this deal with a shake." And he extends
The
a
equivalent to moving those rock forms
Hey.
first.
black-clawed hand.
That's a red flag right there.
What do you believe to be equivalent to moving these rock forms?
"Oh, this is just the beginning of our deal."
Elaborate. What's the rest of the deal before we make the deal?
He says, "I will pop in every so often to help you in your times of need, and you will help me with something later down the road."
I don't like that. I don't
Yeah,
We need more detail.
I can't help but notice
Don't
that
make
this
the
is
deal.
giving me some very Discordy vibes.
At the mention of Discord, this is the first time you have seen his facial expression actually change, and he gives you a look of disgust and says, "No, I am not like that heathen.
What about him is heretical?
That one cannot keep a deal if it bit him in the ass."
But you stay true to your word?
Of course. It's bad for business otherwise.
Well, you can't,
Oh, we-
stay true to your word if you don't give us
So,
Yeah, we
hang on.
don't
You
to know what you need help.
you know Discord personally?
I've
any. We
had
know of him.
dealings with him.
But we do not know what he wants from us, I would say we have him go on his very well way, and we do what we can to move this rock on our own.
Yep.
What's your side of the deal?
So he rubs his chin and says, "At the moment, I do not actually know. I'm mostly on the run from Soul Tenebrous at the moment. He is strangely persistent that I give him what he asked for.
And
What
what
did
is
he
that?
ask you for?
A certain relative of his to be freed. Apparently he is convinced that I am willing to do that."
Relative of Soul 10.
Hey, I'm
The-
guessing.
The Pony of Shadows?
Yes, that one.
From Limbo.
Yes.
Okay.
Control
A
him?
most detestable place.
Is it possible that Soul Tenebrous could be sent to Limbo somehow?
Oh, anyone could be sent to Limbo if you have the right spells and the right amount of power.
Right.
Do you
which
have
we-
that potential?
He kind of gives you a non-committal shrug and says, "Whether I did or not doesn't mean that it would be beneficial for anyone if I tried."
Do you have the power to open the portal to Limbo?
I have the power to open one for myself. Getting others in and out is not only...
Well, there wouldn't be much of an out. I'll tell you
Sounds
that.
to me as if you yourself are a other dimensional being.
I mean, I've traveled a few places. So, do we have a deal, or...
Oh, what happens if we don't? What happens if you tell us your side and it's something we can't do? What then?
Oh, trust me, I do not charge people with things that they cannot fulfill.
What if we're unwilling to or feel the deal is uneven at the time? Would you be open to further negotiation upon the point where you ask us? Clearly you can understand the unbalanced nature of the deal you're proposing.
Thank you.
Oh yes, I do quite understand. I've had
I
several
say
people...
accept.
Let's continue discussing.
I believe
Upon the
Ellis
time
can
in which
freely
you offer
accept.
help in exchange,
I believe
later
that.
on, that request of us will be up for negotiation. And you
So-
will not ask us to do anything we don't explicitly agree to.
So, Ellis, are you accepting?
I'm
Yes.
going to say that Ellis, as an individual, may accept as he pleases, but I'm
I'll accept.
myself from the bond as I do
So-
not accept.
Ellis, you are shaking his hand, correct?
Yes.
So he shakes your hand, and it feels normal. Nothing strange seems to happen. And he grins and says, "It's a pleasure doing business with you all. I will see you later."
Oh
And-
god.
You did not do
you all?
business with us all.
And he bows, and the rock splits in half behind him
Oh,
as he
wait.
vanishes.
He doesn't speak for all of us. No, wait, come back.
And that's all we have time for today. I would like to say a big thank you to Frozen Knight for the intro and outro. A special thanks to my Priest tier Patreons Sawtooth Waves, Ellis Xander, Solar Scripture, Haxros, and Cameo Shadows. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and ring the notification bell to stay up to date on all of our streams and uploads. Everyone have a great day and drink water.